Yes, guys, it is Wednesday. Welcome to the most must-see show on Cardiff City World. Nay, it's Podcast Nation. This is your Fleur Hour. Do not adjust your sets. Matthew Angel has not had a facelift. I am joined by the gorgeous co-host of the 1927 Club, Mr. Rhys David Evans. How the devil are you, you beautiful, looking, handsome man, you?
Even better than I've seen you, Rob.
Yeah.
All good. Not bad. Can't complain, really.
Great. It's slight change to the program. As those of you who tuned into Patreon show on Monday, I did mention that we was going to be having a guest on, an ex-pro on today, but due to my work schedule, unfortunately, it has been rearranged. And to be fair, I will confirm the player later on today as well. So, because it is 100% concrete now, that's going to happen next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Due to the time difference, it will still be the earlier show, but it definitely will be going ahead. So, someone may need to remind me in case I forget, but we will definitely be going ahead with that next Wednesday. But without further ado, it's Wednesday, it's Fleur Hour. We are in the midst of a crazy little week. There's a small match of a little derby or something coming up. Some people talking about on the weekend. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. But plan of attack is we'll talk a little bit about last night's events. Of course, the ever-present Rhys David Evans was there last night, so be great to see and hear his input of what transpired last night in the stadium. Another review of that, and we'll do a cheeky little preview for the upcoming game on the weekend as well. So to start us off then, we'll jump straight into it, my friend. When the team selection come out, what was your initial thoughts that run through your mind?
I was confused, I won't lie. I couldn't tell what the formation was because it was Reno and NG were both playing, and I thought Reno's a right back at the minute. So I was like, is this a back five with NG in the middle? I couldn't understand what it was. That threw me a bit, I won't lie. I'm surprised to see NG come back in, mine, because I think he struggled for a while now. He doesn't look at it. And again, I thought last night he did look a bit off it. But I was a bit shocked to see both Robertson and Ruben play, though. I thought you were resting one of them for Saturday. I thought it'd be Robertson that gets rested for the big game. Sort of surprised to see Tana rested because I thought he would have played last night, started, and Ash would have been rested for the weekend. But he's on fire a minute, Ashford. He's playing good football, so you can't really drop him. So yeah, just a bit confused. I'm glad to see CEO wasn't playing, though. I hope it's nothing serious there. I hope it was just resting, because I think him and Chambers next to there, a beautiful combination they've got going there. So I'm hoping that's just resting him now for Saturday, so he's fresh and ready to go.
Yeah, 100%. I think CEO is a bug from what I've read, an illness. So I'm hoping it's just one of those things where, he's just taking it, rest up, have some ouzo at home, chill, relax, do you know what I mean? Finally deliver for me and score a goal, because we all know what my prediction is going to be a little bit later on. Spoiler, a Greek person's going to score. No, I hope that's the case, mate. And just want to say, I know we talk about team selection and things like that. We'll go through a little bit more depth. But Callum Chambers, mate, what a revelation he's been in that position. 100% quality. I know you were at the ground last night, but and obviously your experience may be slightly different from mine. It probably will be, but from when I was watching it at home, and everything just seemed to go through him. Absolutely everything went through him. I know what you're laughing about, because you can see it's your Millwall friend in the comments, isn't it?
Yeah, I can see the comments coming through it.
So we'll jump in. No, actually, no, we won't give him the time of day at the moment, mate. Callum Chambers, Quality, mate. Absolutely brilliant. He's a game changer at the moment. I think in midfield, he does donkey work. He works hard, and you were literally you're watching it at home, and there wouldn't be a couple passes where Cam Chambers has the ball, and it wouldn't even like he was having the ball and turning back to go towards Alnwick in as goals. It was right. Who can I set forward now? Who can I pass through now? Sort of thing. So I think it's brilliant, mate.
Yeah, his reading of the game in the midfield is different to when he's at the back. You can see where the ball's going to be. He closes down. He presses hard. And to be fair, like when he's playing alongside CEO, CEO's the trigger point for our press. So when him and CEO together, you can see CEO can go forward. He'll drop deeper. It does remind me a bit of the old Cardiff Edgar David sort of relationship, where one midfielder will go forward, one will drop back. So they're not both out of position and one's always covering. I think they just suit each other so well. Like whoever's playing next to him is just. I'm hoping it's him and CEO against the Jacks on the weekend because again that could just that could disrupt their flow of the game. That could end for them. And I thought it did last night. I thought Watford was a good side. They're a playoff chasing side, like, and I thought our midfield three basically with Robertson, Chambers, and Reno was it was so much energy then, so much closing down, reading the ball game so well. I thought they nullified the Watford midfield for about 80 minutes in the game. Like it's just different classes in midfield.
And I know people have on Fleur Hour and on your show as well on Saturday. I know you're looking at them, mate.
I can see it.
I'm going to get out of the chat now, the little shit. No, I'm only teasing. I need all the viewers I can get. No, like Reno, like what a shift he's doing, like whatever's asked of him. Like, by trade, he's a centre mid. Not even necessarily a defensive midfielder, but he's whatever's asked of him, but he'll take it on and do it. Like he's made, like we think we've all agreed, he's made that right back position his own. He's made NG. Granted, NG's not been the best this season, for maybe a few reasons, but he's made that right back position his own, especially with the news coming out now. Capaccio is potentially out for the rest of the season, which is a massive shame for the young boy. But hope he gets well soon and look forward to seeing him back in a City shirt in the not so late future. But I think that he's just great, mate. And I think for me, he's all right. It's not been a great season thus far, but for me, he's probably towards the top end of the list that's on player of the season for me, from what he's done.
Him and O'Dowda are the two standout players for me this season. I think both have put it. Whenever there's down tools, they both put a shift in. They have to be fair to him. Like I said, I was just surprised to see NG at right back really, because as we said, Reno's made that spot his own. You look at the players he's kept up to the game of 7 games. Sands from Norwich, he had him in his back pocket all game. Like every time he's come up against someone who we're thinking that's a threat there, he's just kept in his back pocket. And he's gone about his job so quietly. Again, at the time I was saying, like, I don't understand why we kept him. I don't think no one knows what his position is, really. I can't tell if he's a ball in the midfielder. Is he box to box? He's got a lot of energy and he's got a bit of pace with him. But to be fair, like, he's absolutely fantastic.
I know. I'm reading his comments, mate. I'm not pulling a trigger on him yet. I'm really not going to pull my trigger on it yet.
We're both going Tuesday, we are. So
what's that?
Me and him are going Tuesday, we are. The Millwall Cardiff, at Millwall. So I'm hoping we absolutely smash them. Just absolutely smash them. So the right back will be nice and enjoyable, like.
And do you know what though? It's the fact he's got his surname on you as Millwall as well, man. Come on, we fucking 12 or something. But no, I'm only teasing. No, and that's the thing, mate. He is literally gone about the business. He's not moaned by all accounts. He just got on there and done his thing. The way they lined it up last night on the graphics before the game started was they had it so that same setup as in formation, but they had Reno as right back and NG and Chambers in centre mid.
Right.
But obviously, of course, that didn't happen. But that would have been, I think that would have been asking a lot. I think. I think that would have been way too much to ask, mate. What did you think of when Perry NG done that centre mid position last game?
The Sheffield game, wasn't it? He was. I don't know. I'm not a fan of him in the middle. I think his positioning lets him down sometimes. He gets overrun. I think last night we seen our right back. He doesn't know where to go. Does he follow the right? Does he follow the run now? Does he cut back inside? And then all of a sudden, the winger has got tons of space, and he's panicking. And he is. I just don't think he should be. He should be there. I don't know what's happened to him. He's lost something. Something's gotten all right, and I think he's struggling. I don't think we can afford to carry him right now, especially in the middle of the pitch or right back. He's not right. He's not a midfielder. And it's funny to say because our midfielder is our best right back right now. You can't say our best midfielder is a right back. Our best midfielder right now is probably a centre midfielder. Centre back, like.
Yeah.
So we're playing players at the position all over the field, and they're doing better jobs than the players we signed for their positions, which is crazy. But I said last night I just thought Reno would be right wing back. I thought it was a back five when I first see the lineup. I just thought. He's gone defensive, but it makes sense having Reno as right wing back rather than right back. I don't know. It threw me last night. I don't understand how he came back in, Perry. I don't know. He's not played for us. He's played one game really. He started. When he has played, he's knocked off the boil, and I just thought it was a bit of an odd selection choice. I thought.
Do you think that his days are numbered now? Do you think we'll still see Perry NG? In fairness. Just to clarify, actually, I'm sure he's come out and said this. I believe we're supposed to pronounce his surname Ng. Isn't that the case? It's not actually NG. Isn't it Ng now? Perry Ng?
God knows, I don't know. But I don't think his career I don't think it's over. I think he can still, like I said, something's happened because you don't become a player of the year 2 years running and to put these performances in. Something's happened. I just think he's knuckled down, work hard. Again, if he needs time away, take time away. If his family issues, let them sort it out because there's no point having a problem like that. But of course he can come back. He can still do a job for us. It just we haven't seen it, that's all. And you can't afford to carry someone in the position we're in. So he needs to start working harder and training. Like it's easy to say work harder and training, but that's the only place where he's going to start making a difference and making others notice him more. I think if he just start knuckling down, working hard and training.
He's living rent-free in my head at the moment, he is. No, it's right, though. Like, so I wonder, it seems like a long time ago now, though, when, was it Preston that was heavily linked last season?
In the summer, yeah.
That's back in the summer. Like, is he still dwelling on that? Or it's hard to say, though, because, you don't become a shit player overnight, and there's no doubt about it. He's quality, but it's just his temperament seems to have gone as well, even more so. He always had one in his locker where he was a bit reckless, and we can forgive him for that, for being committed and passionate. But I think it's gone further than that now as well, where it's become a bit reckless, I'd say, some of his decision-making, I think, personally, mate.
Like I said, I don't know what's happened, but we love him, don't get me wrong. None of us want him to see him go. None of us want him to see him leave. We absolutely love Perry, and he's fantastic. But I don't know what's happened. He just doesn't seem the same player. And again, you can't... It's one of those where you can't say he doesn't... It's not his fault. He could be brilliant in training, don't get me wrong. He could look fantastic. But Reno has really made his right back his own. Like, again, he's made that position his now, Reno has. And it's going to take something special from Perry to get back into it. Like we seen it last night. He's yelped him at the shithousery. I do not know how Sissoko didn't get a yellow card for dissent last night. Because Perry must have said something to him because he was in the ref's face, pointing the ref's face, screaming at the ref, falling the ref. The ref had to speak to him like 4 or 5 times. And then Sissoko went at the linesman, had a word with the linesman. So Perry must have done something to wind him up. And again, when it's your player, you love it when they do that. But when it's against it, you're like, come on, mate, grow up. But he's a brilliant shit, obviously, but I don't know, it just isn't, his natural game seems off right now. He's struggling, I think. But there's a few others the same, so I won't say it's just him.
No, you're absolutely right, mate. And I think we're all grateful that other players have stepped up at the moment who may not have been the top guy, as it were, like Renamola, for example. He's chatting shit. No, but it's right though. There's so many players who have stepped up. I think Willock is one, and I was so buzzing with him when we signed him. Great pedigree, great player. QPR were devastated when they let him go. The fans were. And I think he's getting that run of games now, and as his confidence grows, I think he's going to be even more of a main outlet, I think, for Cardiff. I mean, one thing that, and this may well get me stick probably, but Ruben as the false nine, and this is by no means a disrespect on Ruben by any stretch of imagination, because he's doing what he's asked to, but he can't play that position. He can't.
Yeah, I agree with that. I thought Willock I thought he started quite good last night, but I thought as the game went on, he went quieter. I think he struggled in the second half, especially on that left-hand side. Couldn't get past his man. He was struggling with the ball. We clearly lacked pace there. They were there for the taking if you had pace, and I thought that was a big glaring miss last night. Ruben as a false nine, I don't get it. I mean, you've got Matty there. I mean, the way we set up last night, it was like old school Swansea sort of way. He was a target man and two inside forward running off, trying to win the flick-ons and stuff. I thought that's ideal for someone like Matty to win the headers, win the flick-ons, get the runners in behind. So to see Ruben having to do that, it's not his game. He doesn't do the flick-ons. He just gets the ball to feet and looks to play it. So I was really confused with that last night. I don't understand why he chose to play him as a false nine. Again, I thought he would have rested Robertson and played Ruben as a 10. Give him a run out because Swansea's kind of Saturday. To play them both was a bit surprising, because I think at the minute I don't think Ruben's even my first choice number 10 right now. I think Robertson has made that his own, because he looks so much better than he's. I keep saying every week when you watch Ruben right at 10, he's so predictable. He'll stick to the right hand side of the pitch. There's a small little pocket he'll stay in all the time. You leave a man on him, he can't do nothing. You press him, he struggles with it. He needs time with the ball. Robertson, he uses the left-hand side, you find a pocket there, he'll attack that. You'll see a pocket on the right, he'll exploit that. He sees the front line completely different, he does. And I think it's just bread and butter, the difference in quality between both of them. I love Ruben. I'm not saying he's not as good or nothing. I'm just thinking he needs to adapt his game a bit, because he's struggling to do the same thing all the time, and it's not paying off for him.
And what I'd say, I don't want to turn this into a Ruben bashing party, but like, he had a couple of opportunities last night just to pull a trigger and just have a go. It's what I teach my kids, my 10s, my coach. If there's nothing on, what's the worst could happen? Have a crack. Just have a go. Worst case scenario, it goes wide. Best case scenario, it goes in. Middle case scenario, the keeper has to do something, it comes back, and the ball's back in play. You ain't going to lose anything by taking a shot, taking a gamble, having a go, and it goes wide.
Yeah.
And Ruben's got it in his locker to do it. And I just think he just tries to do too many touches at times. And almost like he's trying to overcomplicate things. He's not the only one. There's other players there, mate, as well, who try to walk it in. But there's no harm in just having a go, mate.
I think last night, again, Ruben's at number 10, he's not as number 9. And I think you can see that with looking at him sometimes to make a certain run in the box, and it wasn't coming from him, the run wasn't. So I'm surprised I didn't see a Tete at least. I don't really a Tete, I generally don't. But at least as a number 9, he's seeing the runs a striker would see, and he probably looked to make them. And we were getting the ball into the positions for the number 9 to get on the end of. So I was just surprised not to see a number 9 come on. There's something there for the taking last night. I just think, I don't know if he just thought, I want to see the game out with a target man bringing Matty on late or what, but I just thought it was calling for a number 9 properly last night to make them runs, because that's the kind of football we play now. we do look for a number 9 to run behind off the line of the defender, off the shoulder, get him behind. We are putting balls in dangerous positions in the box, but we've got no one making runs to go on the end of it. And it's so frustrating to watch. I'm not blaming Ruba because, again, he's a 10. It's not his job to see him runs. Yeah. He's the guy who puts the ball in the box for them. So, look, I mean, Ashford played wide, and I thought he could have done a job for the middle. I thought I played into the middle. He was making runs last night. He was fantastic, by the way.
So, I suppose this brings us on nicely then. Talk about number 9s. Nice little cheeky segue. So, cheers, Rhys. I'm not 100% sure if it's officially been announced by the club yet. You wonderful people in the comments will probably correct me. So it's reported that we are paying £3.3 million for 22-year-old striker Youssef Salek, who apparently has been dubbed a massive gamble, coming from Sweden. I believe he's a Norwegian origin. I mean, the lad has scored 13 times in 29 appearances in the Swedish league since February 24. The boy's only been there for 11 months, and I'm sure I read somewhere he cost the club originally less than £1 million 12 months ago, and now we've tripled his value with the signing, potentially. Danish signing, I do apologise. Sorry, Emma, mate. What's your thoughts on this bad boy?
I don't like to bash someone for this sign before we see them play. I don't like
you will.
However, we've seen this so many times. Again, nothing against the Scandinavian leagues and the Belgian leagues. It's that European football is different to English football. The target man in these leagues have time with the ball at their feet. They can bring others into play. You don't have that time in English leagues. You just don't. You don't go defenders on you straight away. And we don't play a target man style of football, really. We're looking for a number 9. We need a runner, a proper number 9. So I don't understand why we keep going for the same thing. Who's even seen this guy for starters? Because I don't think Rhys has seen him. Rhys has said he wanted Ricky J. Jones, not the target man from a league that was heard of before. So again, it's one of those where if you are paying more than, say, £500,000, then I'm more angry because we had £1 million rejected for Ricky J. Jones with someone who got pace for the way, something we need. Even if he doesn't play up front, you can play on the wing. We desperately need pace on the wing. I love Tanner. He's not got the legs. He's not got that pace. So if that's the case, you pay more than £1 million for this lad. Why can we use that money and put it towards the Ricky J. Jones deal? Why are we signing another striker? Again, we need a number 9, not a target man. Again, it just frustrates me so much to see all the time because it's not the club signing him, it's the board signing him in the hopes that he comes good. And we've seen it time and time again with European strikers coming to us, European target men. The English league is just too fast for them. I mean, it's just too quick and they can't handle it. And then all of a sudden, we moan and say, "No, he's rubbish. The club are then having looked there and spend another £1 million on another striker, and they'll do the same thing, sign the same type of player, the same mould, and it'll be another failure." It's the same all the time. Again, I don't want to bash him because he's not played for us yet. He might show up and smash 20 goals in the second half of the season. Brilliant. But what's the odds that'll happen? It's the same thing all the time. A carbon copy, the same mould of striker, a target man, a big lamp who'll win a couple of headers, who won't have time with the ball at his feet. We just don't get that time in the English leagues. So I don't understand why yet. Why we gone for him? I don't get it. I just don't get it. Honestly, it's
Finish.
Yeah, I just again, it's the club. But
I get what you're saying, my friend. And look, that's a lot of money to be paying for a gamble of a striker, and I just hope to God that someone's done their homework somewhere to justify that. The thing is, right, going back to what you said about that Peterborough lad, is he better than Keane Ashford?
No, it's not, I wouldn't say it's even that. I mean,
Would
again,
he say
because
no? But just to add, would you say he's better than Isaac Davis?
I don't think we've seen enough Isaac Davis to judge. He's always injured for us. That's a problem. But the thing with Ricky J. Jones is, right, we've seen it, right? If Ruben plays 10 and he's got someone with pace on the wing, he's feeding through balls and we've got someone on the end of things. We've lacked pace for so long, and pace is deadly. We all know it. The fact is that someone in the comments there says, who would you have Saudi Car before he joined us? That's what, one striker out of about 10 we've signed that had a decent run for us. But let's be honest, it's the same old striker all the time. A target man who's not really mobile, someone to hold the ball up. Now, blink others into play, win flick-ons. We don't play the target man 4-3-3. We play a 4-2-3-1 with runners because we have proper number 10s and proper wingers. So, again, I don't understand why we need another target man who's not mobile. We don't get time with the ball in the championship. I can guarantee you, right, Rizza handed a list of players he wanted to the board. The board have seen that list of players and gone, yeah, not having them. We'll go on Timu instead and get this guy, this guy, and this guy. That's what they've done. They've gone shopping in the transfer market on Wish.com. That's what the club have done.
I know.
And I guarantee they've gone back and told Vincent Tan, they've all said they want this player. The fans will love you, sign this player. Who is he? We don't know, but the fans will love you. That's what's happened. It's an absolute joke. Again, it's just frustrating. And then the one that we're in relegation battle year upon year. Year upon year is the same thing. Decision making at our club level is just piss poor every single year. And it just gets worse. It's just so frustrating. I'm fed up with it, honestly. Again, he might come in and score 20 goals. And if he does, brilliant. But from what we've seen with our club, history tells us he won't.
And this is a good comment here from Evan. So here's a list of all the tall strikers we've had, how many worked out. So we got Madine, Zeju, Kanga.
Wank.
There's no swearing on flower, you prick. More, Kaba, Atete, Mate.
Gosh. Again, Kiefer Moore to be fair, Kiefer Moore out of that list, right, is the anomaly. Not because he scored 20 goals, but for a target man, one, he's brilliant with the ball at his feet. He's got absolutely fantastic ball control with his feet. So he can play off this as a 9. Now he can play as a 10. He could do both roles, to be fair. Jeju, I'm not being funny, but I think whoever signed him was smoking something that night, I think. Again, it was shocking. Kaba, they're throwing darts at the board and they're just picking random clubs and signing anyone they can think of. It's just ridiculous. But Atete, again, when we signed him, Steve Morrison came out and said, just because he's about 6 foot doesn't mean he can head a ball. I think, hang on now, if a 6 foot striker can't head a ball, he has to be magic with his feet then. And then you see him, you're thinking, well, he's not magic with his feet either. So what we signed him for? Again, I just think the club keeps signing the same player all the time. I just think we need a proper number 9. And again, it's easy for me to sit here and say, like, we need number 9 and stuff. But you'd like to think that the club have actually got a decent scouting network or a proper scouting network. But again, history's shown we haven't got a scouting network.
James says, Kanga makes Jeju look like prime Ibrahimovic, right? You know. But you say that, right? So I'm sure you're probably old enough to remember, like with Leo Fortune West was a big bitch and cult hero at Cardiff. Couldn't head for shit.
He had other abilities. But again, the thing was, though, like, that was the days of 4-4-2 where everyone played 4-4-2. So you had Leo Fortune West, a target man, and if you couldn't head the ball, you'd have a defender on him non-stop, which meant there's space in behind them for the number 9, the Earnshaws or whatever, to get in behind in the space and smash it. Same reason like Peter Thorne was magic. Them days you had target men back then had a number 9 off playing off them. It's just that's the way it worked back then. I mean, Chopper had Bothroyd. I know he's not a typical target man, but he's a big guy, little guy combination. It just always works. Steve Tom and Paul Parry. 4-4-2 days have long gone, though. That's the thing. It's a 4-2-3-1 kind of day now. Unless you're playing inside forwards either side, you need a target man. We're looking to get wingers, so we need number 9. We're on the end of things, like when we had Hoyle at one wing, Mendes Lang at the wing, and we had Zoho through the middle. The pace of the front three meant Zoho scored how many goals that season for us? He couldn't do it anywhere else because no one else had the pace to utilise him. So you need a number 9, a proper pacey number 9, a proper poacher. I wish we had like Dwight Gale back when he was like 24. He'd been the ideal kind of striker to get in right now, you'd have. But now he's past it. He's up in Scotland now, but he's got well past now. But that mould of striker, the short, small, pacey number 9, can finish, get in behind, make a run. Again, I just want the scouting network to do the job. There's players in Europe. The scum down the road find the players in Europe. Franco, what a player. Ronald, half decent. They signed that guy from Bordeaux when they went bust. They can sign players in Europe. Why can't we sign them decent in Europe? We've got no scouts. It's just a joke, like, honestly.
Well, you say that, doesn't Callum Robinson fit that build?
See, I see Callum Robinson is more of a 10 now, because when you watch him play, he drops deeper to pick the ball up, and he's looking in front of him to give the ball off to someone. So he's not dropping deeper into a 10, and then you've got him and Ruben both too deep then, and looking at the wingers to make the runs, and then that's how we scored most of our goals this year, though. Because what happens is he's got El Ghazi there, and on the overlap then you've got O'Dowda. So by the time O'Dowda gets the ball in the box, you've got Robertson coming in late and get on the end of things. But again, if that says him as a 10 more than a 9, really. So if you're a 9, you'd have someone in the box anyway, and then Robertson making the run for the... So yeah, I just think we need a proper number 9. I'm sick of seeing the same target man. I mean, let's be honest, we don't need another target man. We've got Matty on the bench who's there now. Etete's on the bench who's a tall boy. We've still got Kanga there who's a tall boy. So we've got enough target men. Let's get a real number 9 portrait in, and we need a proper one.
Well, he's not huge though. Am I right in saying he's like 6'1", I think. He's not like a big boy. I get what you're saying. I 100% get what you're saying, but he's not a ginormous man. But mate, it's just... Well, we'll be, I suppose, and I'm sure we'll all be left disappointed and £3 million down the drain. But we're waiting. 6'4". Is he? I'm sure I read he was. After bug me, I need to look that up. So I'm sure I seen he was barely 6 foot. While I'm searching this, my friend, what was the atmosphere like last night?
To be fair, I thought Watford was silent until they scored. They were absolutely dead silent. We were 103 in the back of the Canton, and to be fair, a couple of chants started. We had Joe Rolls today taller, who chanted his Bluebirds. Got a couple of chants going. The place was dead. It was absolutely empty there, mind. It was really bad. You can see that. But I think Saturday now is the big one. I think we have to get an atmosphere going. Like I was saying to Matthew on the Saturday one, we were talking to some boys under the Canton stand, and they were saying they're 106, and there's people telling them to shut up, stop singing. You're boring, stop singing. I think, hang on, this is a Canton now, says mine. This is where we sing. This is, if you don't like singing, go sit in the family stand or go somewhere else to stand. It's up to us to get this atmosphere going. So when they were saying that, I was shocked. So now I take the mick now. I take that random chance going. I take the piss of the chance. You know, he's one of our own. Dimi Gutas, he's one of our own. Stuff like that, just to because otherwise it boils over. I mean, a misplaced pass, you can have fans moaning and complaining, and one of them's going, "Oh, you're shit, get him off," and you think, "Come on now." The last thing we need is that kind of attitude. So you do try and lighten the mood with some joking chance, but yeah, it was dead last night, I thought.
Just to jump back, according to Wikipedia, there's been a few comments regarding it. The old reliable Wikipedia there is. The gentleman is 6'5". Ooh, he's a big boy. That is quite a... I think, obviously, you've met me in real life, Rhys.
Yeah.
I'm around 6'3", close to 6'4", and he would be a couple inches above myself. So he's not a small boy.
An inches matter as well.
Every inch counts, my friend. Especially when you get to my age and my weight, you need every inch so you can be able to see it. That's
I'm in the 30s. Every inch matters still now.
I don't know if that tatties around that right. But yeah, he's a big man. Completely lost where I was going. One thing I do want to bring up before we start to move on to some shitty little games going on next week, this weekend. Cam Robinson. I'm not sure if you've seen.
I've seen this.
It's been doing the rounds on social media that he allegedly refused to take a photo of a young fan because he was running late coming to the stadium. Apparently, there's been a few cases where Robinson is always been short for time, etc., and he doesn't have much time coming in. Well, first of all, have you ever experienced, not to say with Robinson, I know you're not much of a selfie person with players and things like that, just important people like myself, but have you ever experienced that sort of thing yourself, where you've been trying to catch hold of a pro or ex-pro and they haven't got the time for you?
No.
I was just laughing at Phil's comment. Have you ever been in that situation, or are you aware of that comment about
I've seen the comment. I've never had a situation with a player. I mean, first off, if it's true, it's disgusting. I don't care who you are. There's kids there. They come to watch you. They don't care. Again, the club is one thing, but they get to see you and meet you and talk to you. That's everything for them. That makes the whole year for the kids. So if that's true, that's disgusting. You know, first off, mate, you're fucking suspended. So you're late for what? You're not part of the team meeting. You're not playing. You're on the bench. We seen Isaac Davis show up late. We did last night. Stopped outside the gates and photos of the young kids. He can do it. I don't care who you are. I've seen a few comments, people saying that they've had experience with Robinson, pretty bad. If that's true, he should apologise. I think that's disgusting. If it's an adult, I don't care. That's fair enough. You know, look, mate, you're in your 40s. Come on now. I'm running late. If it's a kid, though, Rhys is not going to say to you, I'll find out 2 weeks' wages now for stopping to have photos of kids. Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous if that's true. I thought it was disgusting, and that'll be funny. The kids, like, it's not, again, this is what's wrong with our club. If it's true, this is what's wrong with our club. Ego. Again, just stop, talk to kids, have photos, spend time with them. You won't remember them. They'll never forget that moment with you, though. It just frustrates me, that does. An ego thing, like, it does my head in. You're not bigger than our club. Our club is bigger than you. We'll forget you long before the fans are forgotten. So spend time with the fans. Show some respect to them. The kids, after all. That wound me up when I say that.
Oh, 100%, but 100%. And, you know, Ainge obviously is season ticket holder, as is our Joshy boy, my number one winger. Somebody else is watching from the club. But, you know, Joshy loves his photos and his interaction with the boys in there. And it's great. Like, Josh tell us and Mark tell us about the interactions he's had. It's great. Like, it's stuff like you said. It's stuff like that will stay with the kids for the rest of their life. Like, these players, they may do this meet and greet and stuff before games and after games 10 times over. But those memories will last those kids for the rest of their life. Stop giving him a time of day.
I hope we smash them on Tuesday. I obviously hope we smash Millwall Tuesday. It'll be the longest. If we lose, it'll be the longest forwards coming back, honestly. All I hear in the car back is Millwall.
Nah, what you boys got to do is a forfeit. I think you need to arrange a forfeit between yourselves.
Like, no, I've seen our form, but our form is dreadful. So, no, I'm not doing any forfeits. All I say is if they beat us...
I had to put that one up there. I know I've just completely besmirched my Fleur Hour show, but I had to put that one up on there.
If Millwall beat us on Tuesday, right, next time he does the bench press, and I add extra weights in without telling him, and when he's struggling, I just stand there and watch him struggle with it. Anyone can help him. No, he's fine. He's fine.
Jesus Christ almighty. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Before we start actually going into the game itself, as yourself and many others watching along are aware, there is, of course, a planned and organised protest which is due to take part Saturday morning prior to the game. Obviously, we spoke a little bit before we went on, before we started about it, that you're going to meet up with them beforehand. Is that right?
We're thinking about, we're considering going to the protest. We are like, right. I want to say this now, right? Vincent Tan, I'm not a fan of him, right? When we went red, I boycotted going to the games. I could not go. I stopped going for the two years, wherever it was. We were in red. I didn't go to the Premier League season in red. I don't recount that season. I don't think we ever went to Premier League by that time. I refuse to accept it. Since coming back, there's something missing for me. I don't know what it is. I can't put a finger on it. But it's something being at the football no longer has the same attraction as it used to have before that happened. So there's a spark on for me, and I'll never forgive Tan for that. However, in his defence, all I want to say is he could have been an absolute decent owner. If he had half-decent advisors, except for Dalman and Chua, his tenure with us could be totally different. Because, again, he could have had someone go, look, Vince, you go red, everything goes wrong, the fans will stop going, all this happens. But he was clearly told, yeah, the fans want red, the fans love it. Then he was told, oh, look, the fans are unhappy now because you spent all the money. So obviously he's had some bad advisors. He could have been brilliant, but he's had some shit advisors. So first and foremost, I want Dalman and Chu at the club before I want Tan at the club. Because them two are at the core of everything that's wrong with our club right now. So before we get rid of the money man, get rid of them two advising him. Again, I probably will go to the protest because I'm just sick of them two at the club. And my argument is get them at the club, not Tan straight away. Again, he might put in 10 million tomorrow, but a lot of fans will still hate him. But again, if he's been advised whether to put that 10 million and the advice is wrong, we blame him straight away. But it's the two clowns he's got running the club for him. I'm sick of it, honestly. I think it's time for him to sell up now, get a new owner in. And again, the new owner, first thing he does, puts the Bluebird on all the kits. Not this fucking red worm on a shirt. Get the proper badge on all 125 years, we got one kit with a new badge and the other kits with the old badge. Embarrassing. Get rid of the red seats, put blue seats up there. Because again, that's just a painful reminder all the time, that is. That's disgusting. 3, get rid of any history or any pictures, anything of the red season. Get rid of all that stuff. And any trace of Dalman, Chua at our club, get rid of it all. It's on a fresh start, honestly. I'm sick. 3 of them need to go now. But again, my argument is let's get rid of Dalman and Chu first, because they're the two bigger problems right now.
Do you think, with regards to the seats, I know this is maybe a small matter of your points there, are they kept, though, because of the Welsh internationals being played at Cardiff City Stadium now? Do you think that's part of the reason why they're there, or do you think that's just...
I think that's the excuse they're using now. But Jonathan said there, but Tan hired the bank broker and the car salesman stuck by him. Don't forget, he can't get rid of Dalman if he wanted to. He owes Dalman so much money because he's lent to the club. I think that's pretty clear to see in some of the press conferences he's done where Dalman's making fun of Tan. There's clearly a power divide there, and they can't get rid of each other. But again, we had Datu Chan when he first came. He seemed like a lovely bloke who actually cared about the club. I remember he genuinely cared about the club, and he would stop fans, everything. Then he went, and then that's when Dalman came, and that's when things turned. And again, we don't know what Tan's been told. He might be being told, no, the fans don't like you now because of this or that. They might be lying to him about this and stuff. Again, he could have been a great owner, but unfortunately, we had them two guys advising him. It's turned sour. It's time to go, I think. Hopefully now the Salah news is coming out. Hopefully that means it's the end of Tan. He'll look to sell up and hopefully take the two jokers with him.
Obviously, Dalman has been on a few shows with Sai over the last couple of years. I think it's fair to say that I don't think we'll see him back on a show with Sai anytime soon.
Like, he pops up, he does. When everything's going well, he pops his head up and makes a statement. When things are going bad, he's nowhere to be seen. He's off in Cyprus living. But again, he's a politician. He said on the side one with us, he did, I don't take a wage to the club. Technically true. His company gets massive consultancy fees. He gets interest on all the loans he's given the club. He's getting money from the club. He said, all the loans and debts are owed to Mr. Tan, the owner. They're not, because we owe money to you, mate. And we pay interest to you. So there is that. I think we asked him before about the atmosphere is always dead. Why can't we change the Canton and the Grange end? He said, I'll look into it. I look into it. He never bothered looking into that. We got that guy, is it Wayne Nash? I mean, some of the stuff we've heard from stewards about they've been told they have to be overzealous, kicking fans out for chanting anti-tan songs. You know, they're trying to destroy the soul of every fan. I remember I used to go to Canton, they used to make you sit down. If you stood up, they'd warn you with throwing you out. Thankfully, we got the safe stand at the very back of Canton now, so they can't. But honestly, God, they're trying to destroy the club from this very core. Like, it's frustrating, so you can go along with them.
This is an interesting comment from John. Dalman does earn wages as well. As claims fees plus his debts of interest of 9%. 9% on them.
But what's disgusting is, right, last night, the only one there was Ken Chu, just to give Joe Rawls his 400 shirt. And that was it. You won't see him again now until the next announcement he has to make.
Yeah.
This shows how little he cares. Dalman keeps blaming Tan for things, right? Dalman is out in chairman. You're the chairman. If he is doing things wrong, come out and say it. Come out and say, look, guys, I want to do this. I can't because of this thing's happened. Or I've tried doing this, but this has happened. But he doesn't. He hides off in Cyprus and makes comments about, of course he cares about the club. He's bankrolling now. You should be grateful. Do you know what I mean? It's the same all the time. They're just a poison to our club.
John follows up with Darren and Show were on around 4 million a season when part-time. 400,000 a season. Oh, how will they cope?
Thank God for that. I thought our money was tight to Cardiff. At least we can get a striker now with that money, can't we?
Let's start a GoFundMe. I think we should start a GoFundMe page for Darren and Show just to make sure they're okay.
I know, pity, man. Flights to Cyprus must be expensive these days.
Right. Enough about those scallywags. Let's move on, my friend. As I can't believe it's 10 to 10 already. Saturday, Swansea. Lineup, first of all. How many changes will we see from the Watford game?
3 changes it'll be mainly. I think we'll see Reno right back, NG dropped. CEO in next to Chambers. And Ruben will be dropped. Robertson will be back up top. I'll have Ashford on the right and probably Willock on the left. Robertson 10, Robinson 9. CEO and Chambers in the middle, and it'll be Darland, O'Dowda, Gutas, and Reno in the back 4. Quick comment on Darland, mind. I watched him last night. I thought he got bullied off the ball a few times. Far too easy. He needs to toughen up. I mean, not being funny, but this is the championship. He's a big lad. He's got to toughen up a bit. He was getting bullied far too easy last night. A Swansea game as well. You can't let yourself get bullied because they will play on that. So you need to make a point like. And sadly, keep our heads as well, because a lot of times our players have lost their cool. Last season, when Matty put the head in Darling, you had Robertson a few years ago with the ball in Cabango's face. The occasion gets to a few of them. They need to keep calm. And again, if we are selling 26,000 seats, let's get the place rocking. Let's really put them under pressure. This will be the first derby for some of these Swansea players. They might crumble if we turn the volume up a bit. Like,
I think Joe Ryle starts on the weekend.
I love Rawls. I absolutely love Rawls. And that'll be funny though. If CEO is fit and Chambers is fit, I don't see no one get ahead of him too.
So this was a discussion I've seen on social media all throughout.
It's the yellow card.
Yes. Is he banned for totting up, or is he being wiped clean? Because I can't seem to get a definitive answer.
Well, I thought it gets wiped clean from January the 1st, I thought
that was the case as well, but people are adamant that something along the lines, and he is going to be banned for Saturday. But
I don't know that. I generally thought it gets wiped clean on January the 1st. But then, if that's the case, then does he play Robertson next to CEO and Ruben 10, and hopefully Ruben does something?
I wouldn't. I don't think Robertson can't play like that position. That's not his best place, is it?
He's done a good job for us. When him and Turnbull next to each other, but he's a 10 for me.
Sue said, no, cleaned after 19 games. There we are. So I take Sue's word on it, and you said it as well. So I wouldn't be surprised, though, if he goes. I agree with every single thing you just said in the lineup, and I wouldn't be upset about it. But given it's a derby, I wouldn't be surprised if Rhys starts. I wouldn't be surprised if Rhys starts and they, instead of Ruben, and they go.
I know they in midfield got legs, and that's where they normally beat us, is in the middle. We need legs there. I think CEO is the trigger point for our press. He's got legs and energy. Chambers is calm. He reads the game well. Them two are the perfect partnership to nullify, I think, the midfield of Swansea with Grimes and Franco. Because that's what their midfield will be. It'll be them two.
Sorry, instead of Robertson. Yeah, carry on. Sorry.
I did say I think it'll be Grimes and Franco for them, and they two midfielders like to move about a bit. So I think we need the energy of CEO. And we need Chambers who reads the game well. I think them two are going to be up for it. And again, this is our cup final. This is really, we've had a shit season. This is where you make up for all the bad. Like if Swansea lose this, right, it's nothing to them because again, let's be honest, they mid-table, they're fine. We lose this, it could derail our season. We win this, it could kick our season on. But this will be more to the fans because of how bad our season's been. So they need to get up for this now. And Robertson 10 for me though. He's got to play ahead of Ruben. And I'm going for Cardiff 2-0. I am. I fucking hate the derby, but 2-0.
2-0 Cardiff.
2-0 Cardiff.
Do you have some scorers?
Robertson will get a goal. And I think Goutas will win a header from a corner and score.
I'm going to go. I think we can all guess what one of my scores is going to be.
CEO was yours.
I think fucking CEO's going to score, man. CEO's plays, I think he's been getting close, mate, and I swear to God. And I can't remember what show I was doing, whether it was yours or mine or Patreon or whatever. And I said, I swear to God, if CEO scores, I promise you, my first ever tattoo will be the time and date that he scores a goal.
Get to sign it as well.
That's on my to-do list then, man. That will be what I'm after because I've backed this lad to score since time began, I think, mate. And it's gonna happen, man. And one day I'll probably regret this decision. But so yeah, I'm gonna go. I agree with Andrew there, mate. I'm gonna go 2-1. I think Cardiff got one up, Jack's equalised, and then CEO to score a winner. Oh God, can you imagine the scenes?
One thing I'll say is right though, and we've done it a few times now. After going 1-0 up, we sort of sit back, drop deep with high pressure. We can't do that against the Jacks because they will score. Like Watford scored because we sat back with the pressure. Got to keep pressing them, keep at it. Don't sit back. Just go for it. Like honestly, it's such a frustrating thing to see when we sit back because we know someone's going to score.
Mate,
we're not bottom of the league. We're at the relegation zone.
Do you know what? I'm just going
put it this way, right? If we win on Saturday and we win on Tuesday, we're on the same points as Millwall.
Oh my God, I can put users in a timeout. I don't know what that actually means, but I can go and sit in the naughty step, Rhys, mate. I'm not going to do it, mate, because I don't know how damaging that actually is, in fairness. But I'm just looking at the options, what I can do, like, as class. Sue says 2-1, Robbo and Goutas to score.
Exact same as me, yeah.
Yeah, Andrew says...
I'm 2-0 later, though.
Yeah, Andrew says 2-1 Cardiff, hasn't given us any scorers. Lewis mentioned it as well and backed up yours and Sue's comments that he's not banned, wiped after 19 games, which is mint. So we'll start wrapping up, you wonderful lot, shortly. So while we're doing that then, while we're starting to wrap up, I will I share who we got coming on next week, Rhys, do you reckon?
Yeah, may as well.
Yeah, why not? And if he doesn't come on now, then you're a nasty human being. So as I mentioned at the top of the show, I was due to have a guest join us tonight, 6 o'clock. We have rescheduled for next Wednesday because I'm not in the office, so I'll definitely be available. We are welcoming back to the show Wales, Cardiff and Charlton Athletic winger, Mr. John Robinson, will be joining us. Those of you who are new to the channel, he's been on before. I think, Rhys, you were with me when he was on last time, and you can vouch for what a top guy Robbo is. I think you even got him doing the Ayatollah around his living room.
You run around the room doing the Ayatollah.
What 100%, what a top guy. He's living abroad at the moment, so his time difference is a little bit off, the selfish bugger. But no, I'm pleased to announce that he's going to be coming and joining us next Wednesday at 6 o'clock. He's going to be coming on. I've definitely with myself. I'm not sure if anybody else is going to be joining me with him due to work commitments, etc. But honest to God, highly recommend it. I know he didn't play much for Cardiff, but he is very. Why have you got to ruin my shit for, Rhys? Yeah, keep an eye on that. I'm not even putting that up because that's a naughty little comment to say. We're above that on a Flower Hour. So make sure you guys keep an eye on your social medias. This will be shared and stuff. Because that will be an absolute belter. He's obviously played with some of the best players in Welsh football over the years, so he's going to be class to have back on, mate, isn't he?
Yeah, to be fair, again, I remember being a hard-working player when I was young, and he was such a lovely bloke to have on the show. To be fair, all our ex-players that come on really are decent, aren't they? They're all top blokes. To be
100%.
fair, doing any tall and stuff, running on the living room. You enjoy the fun, you got involved with the fun as well, and you can't smoke it really.
100%, mate. He's quality, and he's one of those ones, like the guests you've had in the past, they've all had some form of, yes, I've mentioned them directly, but they've had links to Sai, where Sai has spoken to him and he's had them on. With Robinson, he had no affiliation with Sai whatsoever. I messaged him, told him what a crack is, what we're about, and he was bang up for it. And he was class. Absolutely wonderful human being he is. Great laugh, can't wait. So that'll be great fun. Sai's probably got some other shows going on this week. I expect what he does these days, mate. I can't keep up myself personally.
Probably Rhodri gigs this week now, probably. I think he's got a show tomorrow, I think he said, but that used the striker. Then we got me and Matt back Saturday night then after we smashed the Jacks. So we'll go for that one. And then I think next weekend he's got his rumour mill back, I think.
Yeah. Rumour mill. Oh, it's stuff on all the time. You guys are not stupid. You're aware of the social medias and stuff like that. So keep an eye on those. And don't forget, for a price of a pint of Carl a month, you can become an Ace Podcast Nation member, get early access to shows, take part in. So on a Monday, we do our Patreon shows, which highly recommend, with a belter. Monday just gone, myself and Sai did one. Some random shit talked, but it was a good crack. And, it's not just about that. We do some good access shows with Patreon as well. So make sure you wonderful human beings get involved and sign up, you little buggers. But without further ado, we'll bid you adieu and good night. And we'll leave it up to you, Rhys. Don't let me down, because remember what show you're on. There's only one thing left to say, my friend.
Up a flower.
Yeah, boy.